LeadCENTER. What is LeadCENTER? Like I mentioned, LeadCENTER is an integrity-based solution that goes beyond a typical lead generating system. And it gives you, the agent, the ability to buy and work leads on your schedule. So that's going to be something that if you're used to doing telephonic leads or you're used to doing internet leads, which are much more quick turnaround, and you're getting frustrated by the lack of closing those, this is going to be a really great solution to that. This is going to increase your closing ratio because you're using it on your time, which obviously hits the goal of lowering your client acquisition cost. So in order to be able to utilize LeadCENTER, the way to utilize LeadCENTER is that you have to have at least one Medicare Advantage contract through an integrity partner, because again, this is an integrity service that is completely free for you to have access to. And so it means if you have your United Healthcare with senior marketing specialist, or maybe you have your Aetna with, Agent Pipeline or Tidewater Management, as long as it's an integrity partner, you can make sure that you get access to this. It also, LeadCENTER also does work with Medicare Center. Medicare Center is the CRM, enrollment, call recording, quoting software designed for Medicare Advantage and PDP sales. So these two platforms work simultaneously within each other. So if you're utilizing the Medicare Center platform, you're really going to like the LeadCENTER platform because it automatically uploads those leads into the CRM and Medicare Center, making it a really seamless process. I'll show you guys what that looks like here in a little bit. Now, the first time you visit the website, the Integrity LeadCENTER website, it's going to ask you to sign, and you're going to click registration, and it's going to ask you to register. Even if you already have a Medicare Center platform, it's going to ask you to register your national producer number, the same one that you're using with Medicare Center, and you can use the same email address, but you're going to have to register for that with the same information so that the two platforms can talk to each other. I scheduled a session with my physical therapy, just being recorded, please. Desperately need to get this information. Absolutely, Dion, we have this recorded. It is recorded, but you can always call in and get a personalized walkthrough as well. So this is recorded. Just email me, olivia.richardson@smsteam.net. I will get you this copy. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is go to integrityleadcenter.com. integrityleadcenter.com, and you're going to sign in with your national producer number. Now, the first time you log in, and even if you've logged in before, but you haven't logged in recently, you're going to get this term of use for LeadCENTER. And what this is doing is allowing you to know that, yes, these are compliantly sourced leads. However, it is your responsibility to work them compliantly, to make sure you're not cold calling on Medicare Advantage, make sure you're not cold calling PDP, make sure that your calls are being recorded when you're doing proactive activities for that group. Dion, this is recorded and there will be more sessions. So yes to both. Sorry. Anyways, they're saying that that basically you're just going to put here that you agree because we are all great sales agents and we want to make sure we do things compliantly. So this is what your dashboard is going to look like when you're working with LeadCENTER. What's really cool is that LeadCENTER actually utilizes two different types of systems in which you can purchase leads. One is going to be what I call on demand, and the other type of lead is going to be a campaign style lead. Now, the on-demand leads, I'll show you what that looks like first. The on-demand leads generally mean that the leads have a slower cool time period, like that of an age lead or mail order. So you receive these leads instantly based on the availability that you requested. So you basically, like the Amazon, you say, I want this lead, it immediately gets uploaded into your systems. The leads are generated by vendors who have been approved by the integrity as a compliant source. So you don't have to worry about making sure that these leads are compliant. So in order to purchase this, there's two ways that you can purchase these leads. Number one is using the drop down here. You can go like, where do I want to order these leads? The second way is by using this interactive map. And this is actually looking like a heat map. And again, these heat maps are going specifically about these on-demand style leads. Now you can click here and kind of see, well, the red areas means that there's a lot of available leads in the red. The green means that there are some available leads, and of course areas where maybe there's less people then you're not going to have nearly as high as a concentration of leads, so they're not going to reflect any of the colors mentioned. So let's go over here and let's look at Atlanta. So again, I can either choose a state here, or I can go over here and click on Atlanta. And then I can go ahead and order by county. Now, with this situation, what we're doing here is you can actually order one county at a time, okay? But you can add multiple counties to one order. I'll show you guys how to do that. So let's just say currently right now, LeadCENTER is designed to cultivate and build both life and health leads. It's been working on the life leads and honestly, when you're looking at lead generation, life leads right now are getting a much higher response than the health insurance leads. So you're going to see a much higher response for life than health. But if you only want to look at health, you can click here and select or deselect any of these. If you want to, so let's say we want to look at health specifically. Let's scroll up, see how the heat map has changed. And I'm going to order some leads in Fulton County, Georgia. So I'm just going to click Fulton. When it does that, let's see, now it's showing me that there are going to be no leads available there. Here we go. So I have my health lead selected. I expanded this menu, and it's going to let me know what type of internet leads these are. So it doesn't look like I have any direct mail leads available in that area. However, I do have a lot of instant internet leads available in this area. Now here's the description. This is really important, okay? Because a lot of these leads, the cheaper the lead, the more aged the lead is going to be. So pay attention to these descriptions. But if I wanted to buy, you know, both of these leads, I know that these are 0 to 2 days old and are TCPA compliant. So what I'm going to do if I want to order both of these leads, I'm going to come over to the order here, click 2. Now let's just say these are, you know, a lot cheaper leads. There's 181 of these available. They're 30 to 60 days old, so less likely to close them, but they are a lot cheaper. So I can come over here and put, I want 20 of these leads. I'm willing to spend $200 on those. Then I'm going to come up here, click add to cart. And you can see here, my leads have been updated in this cart. Now, if I want to go ahead and add more counties, I can do so at this time. And so now I'm working in DeKalb. Let's scroll down here. And these are the leads that are available in DeKalb. Now these leads are 30 to 60 days old, so you can see they're $2.50. So you'll just kind of have to look around the counties that you're interested in to see like, ooh, what leads do I want to work, right? So let's come back up here, add to cart. Now, let's go ahead and I will show you guys how to actually purchase the leads. And again, these are on the on-demand style leads. So on-demand means that they're going to be most likely aged leads, lower quality, to be honest. I mean, they're going to be a lower closing ratio, but they're plenty cheap. I'm going to come over here to check to check out. I'm going to click the shopping cart here. I'm going to confirm that these are the leads that I want to buy and the counties in the state. It's going to go and ask me here if I want a coupon code. If you are going to order some leads, always call your upline, your integrity or upline, so us, call senior marketing specialist, and ask us for coupon codes. They are constantly, LeadCENTER is constantly sending out you know, coupons and running running promotions. So there's usually always a coupon code. Now you'll have to be careful. Sometimes the coupon codes will only count towards campaign leads. Sometimes it will only count as life leads, but just always ask, see if there is a coupon code available. Then you're going to click proceed to payment. Now you'll want to make sure that you do have a credit card or debit card on file. You can do so by clicking add payment method. Once you confirm that everything is correct, you'll click purchase. Now these leads will be good to in your cart for 15 minutes. Because you're buying the leads. After 15 minutes, those leads will get redistributed back out because you didn't actually purchase them. So you'll want to make a purchase and make sure you can do so within that 15 minutes. Now, also keep in mind, guys, what's really cool is that going back to like these vouchers, reminder, there's certain carriers like Aetna. Right now, Aetna is doing their 3 for 3 program. So if you write 3 Aetna policies, then they will pay for 3 leads of yours. And they're actually expanding that to the campaign style leads too. So ask your upline, what can we do to make sure that we can bring down some of the cost of these leads? But again, we're getting actual leads. You're not asking for a lead drop. You're purchasing the lead. We just did 24 leads for $262. So that's certainly not expensive. I know that's actually a really, really low cost for a lot of these leads. Now, once you purchase these leads, it's really cool. Like I said, Medicare Center and LeadCENTER actually communicate with each other. Once you purchase these leads, you're going to go here and click on Manage Leads and make sure you're toggling correctly. If you're looking at life leads, make sure you're clicking on life, and all of your leads should be available here. If you're going to be purchasing health leads, make sure you toggle over to the health side. Now, let me pause my screen because I want to show you something really cool about Medicare Center. All right. Let me log into my Medicare Center account. Bear with me here. Okay. So once I get here, here's my Medicare Center account. When I purchase health leads through Medicare Center, what's really cool is that they will automatically be uploaded into my contact center, into the CRM portion of Medicare Center. And so you can see here what's really cool is that you can actually be able to filter by the stages. You see, if somebody gets uploaded into that, they'll be there as a new person. So you can filter by people who are new. You can filter, or you can sort by, again, date added. You can, again, you obviously can change the view here to be tile. So you can tag them. What's really cool is that if you have people coming in, you can tag them by campaigns. So if you brought them in on a LeadCENTER campaign, you can sort by how they're tagged as well. And it does so automatically. So if you're utilizing the Medicare Center as your CRM, the LeadCENTER will literally automatically upload those leads into your contact center, which is incredible, which is really cool. It'll do that for the health leads. It will not do that for the life leads yet. That's something that's really cool. It could be coming down in the future, but we're not here to talk about Medicare Center. So just know that's how that works. Anyway, so this is also a really cool place if you are using health leads or life leads. This is also a really great way to kind of manage all of your leads. So if you do have other leads coming from other like outside resources, maybe outside lead vendors, different seminars or events, you can also import a list of your leads in here as well. And it kind of gives you a place where you can track your closing ratios. You can track the last time you contacted these leads. You can do that all in one place here. But again, you can also do that in LeadCENTER or Medicare Center as well. So that is how you purchase the on-demand style of lead that we were talking about again. It is really cool. Again, usually lower closing ratio because some of them are aged. One thing that's really cool is, of course, we do need to make sure we stay compliant. So you do have the ability to track the, what do they call that? The chain of enrollment, which is nice. If you're buying a mail order lead, you will get a copy of the mail order lead, like a photocopy of the return mailer that you got. If you order an internet lead or any other style lead, and you maybe receive an audit on your book of business to track the chain of enrollment, you can work with LeadCENTER and they will send you all the information that you need. So it's just really exciting. Now, the second type of lead that we talked about, we just went over the on-demand. And again, if there's any questions or comments, guys, feel free to shoot them my way. I'm happy to answer those questions as they come up. Now, the second type of lead that we talk about is going to be the campaign style leads, and they right here called real-time campaign. There are two types of campaign style leads. There are data leads, also known as like internet leads, Facebook leads, YouTube leads, and there are also telephonic leads. What's really wonderful about that is that the problem with when you go through traditional lead sources, the problem with these instant campaign style leads is that they get cold within 3 minutes of receiving that lead. And if you're not prepared to take that lead, you're still spending a tremendous amount of money on that lead, but of course you're not closing it because that lead is cold within 3 minutes. And so if you're in an appointment, you're in the car, or something goes on, then you're just wasting that money. You can't control when those leads come to you. What I love about these real-time campaigns is that there's an on and off switch. And that is right here in the top right-hand corner. And so when you do, I'll show you guys here in a second, but after you purchase some real-time campaigns, you'll be able to say, well, I don't have an appointment for another 3 hours, and turn on your ability to receive these real-time campaign leads. Now it does go by availability. So let's kind of dive into that here in a little bit. Great. Doug is asking a question. Can you export your LeadCENTER leads to another client management system provided by your FMO? Oftentimes, Yes, so you would be able to, if I have stuff here, you'll click this little export button and it'll export all of the lead information so that into an Excel format to where you can typically upload it into other CRMs and other categories. You can also do that in Medicare Center. Whenever you, let me go back, I hate this view. Let me go back to this view. You can also do this in Medicare Center when if you have like a list of clients that you've quoted or enrolled, you'll just click this here and you can export this as well. So yes, you can export. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let me show you guys how to order real-time campaign style leads, and then I'll show you guys how to what they call toggling in to show that you are available to start receiving those leads. So first, I'm going to go ahead and click real-time campaigns. If I have no active campaigns right now, so I'll go ahead and click new campaign. First, I'm going to go ahead and name my campaigns. I'm going to do Q1 fall campaign. You can name it whatever you want. If you want to name it, you know, I love biscuits and waffle fries, you can do that. Campaign type, I personally like the call leads. I like somebody like I want to, you know, I find that we have a lot of success with that, but the data leads are going to be like, again, YouTube, instant internet, things like that. So I'm going to do call. Product type, right now it only offers this for health insurance. It doesn't offer it for life insurance yet. So we're going to click health. Lead type. Okay, so here's the type of leads that you can purchase. Obviously, the higher the cost is typically the higher the closing ratio. So Medicare live transfer leads, that means that they're talking to somebody who is on Medicare. Medicare supplement live transfer means that somebody who has been confirmed they currently have a Medicare supplement, and a Medicare Advantage one is somebody who they've confirmed has a Medicare Advantage lead. And yes, David, you can receive the leads through the Medicare Center platform. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here in a little bit. So let me go ahead and just do general Medicare live transfer leads. It's going to let me know that it's going to cost me $55 per lead. Now, if I had downlines, again, people can pick me if I have a downline agency. People can choose me as their upline here, and I can actually purchase leads on behalf of my downlines and assign them to my downlines. But for this case, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm using Will's Lead Center, so I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm assigning these to Will. I'll click next. Now I'm going to pick exactly where do I want these calls to come from. I can do up to 5 states and up to 300 counties, but I can only upload one state at a time. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's just say I want to do a plan in the St. Louis area of Missouri, and that kind of pours into both Illinois and St. Louis. So I'm going to click here. Oh, see, it's letting me know my shopping cart's going to expire in 5 minutes due to inactivity, but that's okay because I don't actually want to buy those. That was left over from my campaign style leads. Excuse me, from my on-demand style leads I ordered earlier. So I'm going to go ahead. I know, again, same rules apply. I can either use the drop-down menus here, but I'm a visual person, so I'm going to click Missouri, and I'm just going to start saying I want to have these states. I can do multiple counties on this one. I want to do just counties in the St. Louis area. So I'm going to start with Missouri. Once I selected these counties, I'm going to go ahead and click add new. So I have my Missouri ones here. Now I want to go ahead and say and do Illinois. So I'm going to click ones in the Illinois area as well. I just want a big. Now I will tell you guys, sometimes, especially on the call leads, sometimes these leads can be limited, okay? So the more available you are, like the more counties you select, the more likely you will have your orders fulfilled. If you only select 1 or 2 counties in St. Louis, then it's likely that you may not receive a single lead that week because you're really limiting your availability for clients. So the more counties, you know, if you're comfortable selling over the phone, you're comfortable, or if you want to travel or things like that, the more counties you select, the more likely is you will have your orders fulfilled. So just don't be picky when you're going to use these types. Click add new again. So I have my Missouri and my Illinois ones chosen. I'll click next. Here's what I'm talking about. It's going to ask me my lead volume per week. So based on the order that I have, I can't do more than 100 leads per week. So if I'm like, I'm only comfortable, and this is just a little advice. If you say, really, I only want probably like 10 of these a week, then in theory, you should really only put 10. I will tell you, the lower number that you put here, the less likely you'll get those orders received. So I recommend putting at least 20 to 25 in here, and hopefully that you get, your order of 10. And David, these are not free. You do have to pay for them through the platform. I'll show you guys how to do that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and, if I'm hoping to get about 10 leads a week, then I'm going to put 20 or 25 leads as my volume here. Now, if you're scared and you're like, listen, if I get 20 leads in a single day, I will not be able to handle that. I only want at most 5 leads a day. So what you can do is you can enable a daily lead cap. And I can say I want no more than 5 leads a day. You don't have to enable that. If you're like completely okay with getting 20 leads in one day, you can do that. I will tell you, I personally would not enable a lead cap, because I want to make sure that if you want 10 leads, I want to make sure that you get your 10 leads. So I would go a little high here, and I wouldn't enable a lead cap, because again, these are in high demand and short supply. So do whatever you can to really increase the probability that you receive some or all of your leads. So once I get that taken care of, I'm going to click review. Make sure it's going to say, here are the counties I picked in Missouri. Here are the counties I picked in Illinois. Make sure I'm happy with my selections, the lead type. Remember, I did the Medicare Live Transfer real-time leads, and make sure to call for a coupon code. I will say there are less coupon codes available for the real-time campaigns, but still always check. Always call your upline and see if they have any coupon codes. Also, this voucher, this is the available vouchers we talked about, applying for like the Aetna 3 for 3. That's a voucher, so make sure if you write Aetna, make sure you're getting your money back from that. And then it's here to talk about your reoccurring hold. So when you're doing a real-time campaign lead, right, they're saying that you're asking for 20 leads. You may only get 10. You may only get 5. You may get all 20. So what Integrity Center does, because they want to make sure that you have the money to pay for these leads. So they do a weekly hold on your account. Whatever card you have on file, they would do a weekly hold of the full amount. Now you will only get charged for the leads that come to you. Okay, so if I'm getting right now a hold of my account for 20 leads, but I only receive 5 of them, I'm not going to get charged for this that week. I'm only going to get charged for the 5 leads that I actually did receive. But it's going to put a hold on my card to make sure that I do have the funds available in case I do receive all 20 of the leads that week. So once you agree to that, you understand that you understand the hold on your card. You'll put the payment method here that you would like to receive, and then you will click launch. When you click launch, that means that you have created the campaign. That doesn't mean the campaign has started. It means that you have created the campaign and put in your parameters. In order to actually start receiving those leads, you're going to do what we talked about earlier, which is toggling in. And you can see right here, you can see that's actually in both. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a little button that says online. Online, if that says online, it means that I am currently prepared and am toggled in to start receiving these leads. I am showing the Integrity team that I am available to take these leads. You'll notice too that it's also available here in Medicare Center, known as checking in or checking out. It's a universal toggle. So if you check in on Medicare Center, it'll check you in on the Lead Center. Again, because the two platforms work together. So let me go ahead and check Will out really quick so I can show you guys what this looks like. So if I am not toggled in, it'll say offline. Well, let me show you guys how to toggle in to start accepting and showing that you are available for these leads. You come up here in the corner and click offline. Now it's going to ask me, because I'm collecting, it's going to ask me these questions. So number 1, make sure what lead source am I asking for? Okay, well, I want to make sure that I'm receiving I didn't buy any data leads, so I don't need that one checked in, but I did buy call leads, so I want to receive those. So I'm going to check in. Let me also show you guys a couple more things. It's going to say the lead source. Obviously, I've purchased Medicare leads. Pay attention right here because I purchased call leads. Pay attention to this call number, okay? Now, if what they're doing here is they're wanting to make sure that any calls that you are receiving are being recorded. And it's your responsibility to make sure those calls are being recorded because that is a CMS regulation. You can't, it will auto default to using your Medicare Center phone number. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Medicare Center platform, Medicare Center does auto assign you a phone number and does give you the ability to call, to record, and to store those phone calls in the Medicare Center CRM. So it'll default to this number. This is the number that you want to have rung. This is the number that they want to have called when you are receiving a Medicare Center lead. Where do you want to answer that Medicare lead? That's the number you need to have on here. It'll default to your Medicare Center number. If you want to change that, you can. Just make sure you push the button here. But note, these calls per CMS regulations do have to be recorded. So if you're not going to use the Medicare Center phone number, please make sure you are using some other recorded method. Just keep that in mind. Now this number right here, make sure, now this is mine. You might want to make it may be different for yours. I would add, if you're using your cell phone or if you have an address book, I would add this number to that. So you know that when this phone number comes up, it is an incoming LeadCENTER lead. This is the number. It's not going to be the caller ID of the client. It's not going to be the caller. This is the number that will show up on the caller ID. So when this number comes in, you know this is a LeadCENTER lead coming your way, being transferred your way. So once that's all done, we click continue. And there you are. I am online. This means that any lead that I bought as a real-time campaign lead, I am now showing that I'm available for. You can also change this if you're using Medicare Center. If you have the Medicare Center app, you can also like toggle in and out on your phone, on your smartphone device. So if you're like in between appointments and you're at like a Panera and maybe you don't have internet access, you can still go in your app, toggle in, and have calls coming to you. So it's a really great system, guys. Really cool. Let me go ahead and check out here. Really wonderful system, works well with the Medicare Center platform, but essentially it's exactly what it sounds like. It can give you on-demand leads, it can give you campaign leads. It allows you to have really, you're not just doing like a lead order and saying like, oh, I'm going to try to do 1,000 mailer lead drop. Maybe I'll get 2 leads, maybe I'll get 20 leads. I really don't know what I'm going to expect from this, but I'm paying the same amount every time. This gives you the control to buy the type of leads that you want to buy, to work the type of leads when you want to work them, and to, especially for my agencies, to maybe give some of the cheaper leads to your downline so they can cut their teeth and learn the process in a less expensive manner. So now I'm opening it up. That's kind of all I had to show you guys today. I'm opening up to questions now. Let me open it up to questions. I knew I have a couple here. When it comes to the leads, if I was to purchase them, can someone else purchase the same exact leads that I just purchased? You will find that information down. That's a great question. You'll find that information down here. Let me go ahead and just like look at some leads. What you're talking about is on the on-demand style leads, because the on-demand style leads are an aged lead, right? And so for the campaign leads, no, the campaign leads, they are yours. They are owned by you. No one else can touch them. Let me go ahead and look here. The descriptions will tell you if they are an exclusive lead or if they are a shared lead. The more expensive leads are going to be a shared or an exclusive lead. The cheaper leads are typically going to be shared. So just keeping that in mind. Let's see. Yeah. So typically, again, most of these leads are going to be considered the exclusive style of leads, but they do say oftentimes that the same person will submit multiple lead forms or will submit multiple internet forms. So oftentimes a person who fills out a lead will get multiple phone calls because if they fill out one, they're typically likely to fill out multiple ones. I love that. Are supplement leads available in the managed lead section? So yes, again, if you're in the managed lead section, there are 2 categories of leads depending on what leads you purchase. The life lead, and you just toggle up here. And it'll tell you exactly, if a lead comes in, it'll tell you exactly everything about that lead. and if it was a supplement lead, an advantage lead, you know, what exactly they requested. But it'll all come out here. Just make sure if you're looking for your health leads, make sure you toggle to the health side. But again, they will also show up in your Medicare Center contacts form, and it'll be under the tag of Lead Center. It'll also have an additional tag on there if it was a call lead, a data lead, so on and so forth. Great question. Any other question, comments, concerns, threats, or promises about the Lead Center platform? Just let me know. Again, the ones that I'm hearing also, and just be completely transparent, guys, the ones I'm hearing the most complaints about are the real-time campaign leads. And that's because people will order, hey, I want 5 leads a week. And so they'll order the 5 leads, and then they'll turn on their availability and they don't receive any leads for that week, which is absolutely frustrating. You're counting on that. You ordered 5 leads, you don't get 5 leads. That's really frustrating. My biggest thing is that they go to try to order or try to fulfill those larger orders first. So if you want 5 leads a week, run a campaign for 20 to 25. And you will for sure, and maybe just do like you know, and again, those leads can be turned off at any point. So if you hit your 5 leads, even though you did an order for 25, when you hit your 5 leads, you can just keep or toggle offline or even turn off that campaign. But if you're going to do the real-time campaign leads, double or triple, sometimes even, what you really actually want to receive that week to ensure that you receive some that week. Again, there's a big asks for them, little availability. Perfect, guys. Well, if you do have any other questions, comments, concerns, threats, or promises, feel free to give us a call on 1-800-689-2800. You also have access here to this cool little live chat feature. That is our team. They're sitting right outside my office right now, and you actually get our agent resources team to talk to you right here. So if you want to have any quick questions, if you would prefer not to call us on the phone, you can do it here. You can also go and email me directly if you have questions about this webinar, or if you would like access to the recording of this webinar. All you have to do is just email me. I'll show you guys my email address. My email address is olivia.richardson@smsteam.net. That's me right here. Just click this envelope and it'll open up an email right to me. So again, feel free any way that you want to reach out to us, please do so. We're here to answer any and all of your questions to make sure that you are and stay successful in the senior market. Doesn't look like we are having any other questions. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a wonderful Thursday and wonderful Friday's Eve and a great weekend going into that. And you all stay safe. Thank you all so much.